The new iPhone 16 is here and Apple has actually sent it to us very early. Now yesterday I spent some time in the Apple office going through all the new features with the iPhone 16, iPhone 16 Pro, Max and everything like that, the whole lineup. It was good. I even got to see a sneak peek of Apple Intelligence, which was very cool. I can't wait for that to release. It's just a shame it didn't release on launch day, but you know, it is what it is. Now today we're gonna be focusing on the new products which Apple has sent us. And I can't lie, we have a box that we need to unbox. Now I don't actually know what's in here. They did say they have a mystery box for us. So we're gonna go into it and actually unbox this and see what we have. Right, let's get into it. Ooh, okay, we've got the new iPhone 16. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. We also have the Desert Titanium model as well, Apple has sent us. We have the iPhone 16 Pro Max here in Desert Titanium, and we also have the iPhone 16 here in Hot Pink. Now, Apple always come through with a nice premium look to their packaging. You can see here, you know, it's a Desert Titanium, nice and gold finish. Or for the iPhone there, and for the hot pink, you have it nice and pink. And that's actually consistent throughout the whole packaging. So you can see here as well, there is also the pink Apple logo as well as the Desert Titanium. I mean, I know I'm gonna be saying Desert Titanium, but for me, this is gold, yeah? I think that's what everyone knows it to be. Apple has sent us as well some cases. Oh, and this, oh, that pink case. We have a iPhone 16 silicone case, which is gonna match with our phone. This looks good, looks very nice. So again, that's gonna be matching with this phone. And as well as that, for the iPhone 16 Pro Max, we also have the clear case. Now this is really good because I actually have currently the clear case on my iPhone 15 Pro Max. So I'll be able to do a nice comparison, you know, and see how that compares to the last ones, etc. Right, and last but not least, in this box, we also have some AirPod Pro Maxes. So we have AirPod Pros, which is very nice. I actually do have the current gen of the AirPod Maxes, so I want to see what differences we have with this year's one. After watching the keynote this year, there's not many changes apart from the fact that there's a USB-C port. And another thing as well that they did change is the colors. So there's more colors this year on the AirPods Max lineup. So yeah, we're gonna get into this, unbox this, and also do a nice deep dive of this. So we have the iPhone 16, which we're gonna be unboxing first. Let's get straight into it. I mean, Apple are known for their nice, you know, sleek packaging. They have the green arrows here this year. It's just gonna be a simple case of just peeling this arrow on both sides. Now the hot pink, I do like the hot pink as well as the marine blue as well for the iPhone 16. What I would have loved is if they had it for the Pro Maxes, man. That would have been nice. But look at this device. It's very nice. It's very pink. Wow, this looks amazing. So this is the new iPhone. Nice bit of packaging there. You can see they've actually put a nice film on the iPhone here. Let's see what's inside the box. So inside the box, we have a braided cable here for the USB-C. Now I am obviously in the UK, so we have a pin for the SIM card, but we have the braided cable. Again, we're saying goodbye to the lightning cable, so no more lightning cables for Apple. This year, one thing that they haven't put in here are the stickers. So the stickers are actually gone as part of their carbon neutral stuff that they're doing. They've actually said goodbye to stickers, but again, we still have a lot of manuals. I mean, I don't know who's actually read some of these manuals before. If you have, let me know in the comment sections, but I have never actually read them. And that's about it. Yeah, that's it. And then we have obviously the device, which of course is the main thing inside the box. Now this is beautiful. Now just first glances, I mean, it feels light, you know, it feels comfortable. I like the material that we've got here on the side. And I'll be honest, I have big hands, so a device like this, you know, it's very small. It almost reminds me of, if you remember, the iPod Touch. But don't get me wrong, it is a light device. In fact, I actually have a weighing scale here, so we'll do some testing on that. But first glances, I mean, it is a lovely phone. It does feel nice. The camera's cool, 2 cameras on the back here. Yeah, I mean, the pink does look cool. I mean, how does it look in my hands is one thing. I mean, yeah, very small. I like the screen. I like what they've done this year in terms of the bezels and how, you know, sleek they've made it. It looks good. Now, one thing that's new on this device compared to any of the devices we've seen before in the iPhone lineup is this camera button, which I do actually want to try and test out. They've got the new camera feature on here, which means that, you know, you can essentially use the camera. You could press this button and actually open up the camera straight away, which is pretty cool. Now, I did actually try this yesterday, okay? So whilst I was at the Apple headquarters, I actually had a chance to try this and it was pretty interesting. Not only that, but one thing that was really interesting that I loved about it was the amount of zoom that you could do on the Pro Max models, but we'll get into that. At first, I'll be honest with you guys, the button is definitely something which you have to get used to, okay? It's like driving a manual car, okay? The first time you ever get in the car, you wanna get used to your clutch, and I feel like that's what this is kind of like. You know, you need to almost get used to, you know, the amount of tension. You have to get the right amount of tension when you're pressing this button to activate the camera and also access all the features. The camera, I would say this year across all iPhone 16 models has been improved massively. One thing as well for the iPhone 16 that they've also done this year across all models is the action button. So the action button, again, it's fully customizable in the settings, and this is when you can of course put it to silent mode, torch, you can have it as your focus mode, your camera, whatever, Shazam, you name it. How much does this device weigh? Let's actually test this out. So what we'll do is we're gonna weigh this device and see actually how much it weighs. Right, so let's have a look. Okay. So this device actually weighs 170 grams, okay, which is it's not bad, 170 grams. Now, what we'll do is we're also gonna compare this weight to the other devices as well. Let's see how the case looks on this though. I want to see how the case looks. Again, with the case, this is the packaging. Let me know as well, do you guys want me to do like a review of all the cases, like all the different colors? Because I've seen that the colors, they have some cool colors of cases. So if you want me to do a review on some of the cases, let me know. Again, Apple have been very consistent across their packaging with their nice green arrow, which means pull in this direction. Ooh, a nice pink case. Lovely, pink case for a pink phone. That matches very well. The silicone feels good. The silicone does feel nice. It feels sturdy this year. It feels very strong. I like how they've got like a nice velvet inside. You can see there's a nice velvet touch to it, which is pretty cool. You've also got the MagSafe magnet here as well, which is nice, but the details are pretty impressive this year. Right, so let's see, how does this phone look inside the case? Right, let's put this inside. So let's put it in, and that's it. Ooh, wow, now that was nice. Now, I actually saw the MagSafe thing pop up in pink. Now, I wonder if that's because of the case being pink or because I have a pink phone. Now, that's something I do want to test, because that would be pretty interesting if this year the MagSafe animation appears depending on the color of the case. Now, that would be pretty cool, and that's I don't know how the MagSafe would actually get that data, but I assume it's probably because we have a pink phone. But who knows? Over here, I actually have the iPhone 13 Pro Max in gold. And on the right here, I actually have the iPhone 16 Pro Max in Desert Titanium. And you can see pretty clearly here, there's a difference in the color. You can obviously see this one here looks a little bit more yellow, whereas this one over here, the iPhone 16 Pro Max, looks more chrome. Now you can see a clear distinction between the gold and the Desert Titanium, which I think actually is pretty cool. You know, this year we've got a brand new color that we haven't seen before, the Desert Titanium. So when you look at these side by side, you can even see a difference in the bezel. Obviously the button layout is different and the location. One thing you can see on the iPhone 13 Pro Max on the left here, the gold devices, you have a lot more of a shine here. Whereas the one on the right is, you know, it has more of a satin matte finish to it, less of a shine, which is pretty cool. I mean, it seems like this year they're going for a more professional look, you know, with the iPhone 16 Pro Max and Desert Titanium. Good device overall. I like how it feels. I like how it looks. More importantly, I mean, like I said, this is the Pro Max this year, 6.9 inches. It feels good. For someone who has big hands, I feel like I could just, you know, pick up the phone and be like, yo, broski, what's going on, man? How you doing? Been a minute, man. Come link up. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. This year again, we have the USB-C. Looks like we said goodbye to the lightning cable forever. So yeah, condolences, man. GG's. What do you guys prefer, the lightning cable or the USB-C? Let me know. I mean, the USB-C is a little bit more universal, so you can use those with other devices, which is pretty good. Let's compare the weight. So let's have a look at last year's iPhone 15. Let's see. What did the iPhone 15 weigh last year? So the iPhone 15 Pro Max weighs in at 234 grams, whereas the iPhone 16 weighs in at 229 grams. That's 5 grams difference, okay? So we have a 5 gram difference this year in terms of weight. But again, yes, a lighter device definitely you can feel that 5 grams when you pick up the device. So here is the iPhone 16 Pro Max clear case with the MagSafe. Now, one thing I do like about Apple's clear cases, and I can't lie, is it doesn't actually yellow. And I'm gonna prove that to you because I actually have last year's iPhone 15 Pro Max case, which is pretty good as well. So that's one thing I like about the clear cases. I mean, the clear case is, again, pretty sturdy, if I'm being honest, this year, which is nice. But I mean, over the years, it does soften a little bit. But again, this is pretty nice and pretty sturdy. One thing I did want to see is how does the button look like, the new camera button, how does it look like on the case? See, the camera control button actually has a white plate on it, which is very, very interesting. And this is how the camera control button is gonna measure the amount of pressure which is being pressed on. Now, I don't know if I like that, man. You know, having a transparent button here for the action button, having a transparent button over here for this button, and then having a white button here. I don't know, man, there's something about that. I don't really like that personally. But let's see, how does it look like with the iPhone 16 Pro Max in Desert Titanium? Let's see, how does this feel? Okay, so once we put in this device, it looks nice. I do like how the color is, of course, see-through. It does look good, but again, one thing that I think kind of kills the aesthetic is this here. But I feel like this is the only thing that they probably could have made possible with this new button. But it would be cool to see if it's, you know, how it would look like if it was transparent, because I feel like we lose that Desert Titanium color here. Yeah, I mean, it's a case, it looks good, it feels good, feels sturdy this year again. You know, same thing, just different button layout, if I'm being completely honest. Right, because this is an unboxing video, I'm not actually gonna get deep down into the nitty gritties of the device. But one thing that I do want to do is unbox the new AirPod Max device that we have. So let's get into the new AirPod Max device. Now this here is the new AirPod Max device, and you can see here, we've seen all the videos, we saw the keynotes. If you guys watched them, it was a little bit underwhelming. Now I say a little bit underwhelming, it was very underwhelming. I'll be honest with you guys, you know, I was watching that and I was a bit like, I was kind of thinking, where was the differences? Where was the changes? I mean, the new AirPods that they have released, they have the H2 chip, whereas this one still has the H1 chip. I mean, the only difference that they have in this year's model is the fact that they have new colors, which is pretty cool, and the new USB-C port. Let's get into it. Let's see if there's any more further changes, maybe in terms of the comfort or whatever. Let's see. Let's get into AirPod Max. Oh, now this one feels way more sturdier than the last ones for sure. Lovely. I do like that, to be fair. Very, very nice. It works, you know, it works, which is good. Right, so here are the AirPod Maxes. Looks nice. Again, can't see any, you know, immediate differences from the current ones that we currently are used to, but it does look nice. And we have the USB-C cable. Again, another braided cable to add to it. One thing that we don't have here is the plug socket. So that's one thing you don't have across all devices. I mean, I can't actually remember the last time we did receive one of those. That's the packaging, a big box for the AirPod Maxes with the smart case. Right, so let's just put that aside and let's have a look at the actual AirPods. So these are the AirPods itself. Again, no difference to last year. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. It has the mesh top here. Again, it's pretty much the exact same. The only difference is the USB-C here. Even the height of it is still the same. I mean, I have a big head, so sometimes I struggle. If I have a hat on, I do struggle to put these on sometimes. Right, so one thing I do want to test is we have the USB-C for the new headphones, and we have the lightning cable, USB-C to lightning cable for this model, which is the old model. One thing that I want to test is, if you guys remember the iPhone 15 Pro Max, you could connect a USB-C device to the iPhone 15 Pro Max and it would charge that device. Let's see if we can still do it, because before I could actually plug in this USB-C into my iPhone 15 Pro Max and then actually charge this device using my iPhone 15 Pro Max. Let's say, for instance, it was in low battery and I was out and about. So you can actually see that there, you can see there is a yellow, so you can see there's an orange light which actually pops up, which indicates that it is in fact charging. Now, let's see what happens if I try that on the new AirPod Maxes. Now, what we see here is a green and orange light. So yes, it still does work. Now, let's see if you can obviously do that on the new iPhone 16. So let's see, if I plug in this USB-C into the headphones, it does actually charge it, which is pretty good. So you can see that yellow light indicating there, showing that it is charging, which is nice. Can't lie, one thing I do like about this AirPod Max is the color. The color is nice. I mean, this is the blue, and it does definitely look very nice. You know, it's like a nice light blue. Let's see, how does it? Yeah, I mean, the comfortability is still the same, but I can't lie. I mean, the blue does look cool, man. This might be my new my new headphones of choice. So I mean, overall, that was the unboxing video for the new iPhone 16 Pro Max in Desert Titanium, iPhone 16 in pink, and also the new AirPod Max in blue. Overall, I think the devices are good. In particular, I do like the iPhone 16 Pro Max in Desert Titanium. It is definitely a good device with a lot of features. I mean, with iOS 18 features, very good. But what I would have loved to have seen on the iPhone 16 Pro Max is Apple Intelligence on release. Now, I was lucky enough to see Apple Intelligence for the first time ever in person when I was at the Apple offices yesterday, which was pretty cool. I got to see the summary feature I actually used, which is really, really cool. You know, you can see a summarized view of your emails. Apple Intelligence has the capability to like rewrite stuff for you, you know, in different tones, etc. But the one thing that I'm really looking forward to, and I think a lot of people are looking forward to, is Gen emojis. Now that's a feature that I was hoping we would have had at launch, but it's something that we can always look forward to in the coming updates. But yeah, that's the iPhone 16 lineup that I have access to. Thanks to Apple again for sending those to me early. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys gonna be upgrading your device this year? Are you guys not going to be upgrading it? Why? Let me know in the comment section. And as always, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy. Peace.